Good evening, everypony, and welcome to Commentary's Magic Stream on today's Sunday, April 25th, 2021. I am, as always, Grandpaws.
Big cheese.
Aracat, and
Ivory Starlight.
I apologize for the short delay there. Ivory was the proud owner of a brand new computer, and as these things go, it decided that, no, actually, I don't want to send audio over the internet to other random people.
It's almost like he's using Linux.
No, we'd still be fighting with it.
For hours. But thankfully, he's not.
I am way too lazy to use Linux.
Agreed. So here we are, on the cusp of a new meta.
It's about 2 weeks out, yeah.
Something like that. But there's no time like the present to get started with some potential deck building, right?
Yeah.
What was the dumb little thing I had here? Old meta is boring and stale, so as Rarity says, it's time for a whole new you.
Seems about right. And as we take a look at some of these decks, just a reminder that these are just opinions. These are not necessarily facts as to what the best decks in the meta are going to be, but they are decks that some of us have had moderate or greater success with.
Or they were fun.
Oh, you don't have the trader list in here. You really don't like him, do you?
Did you just make up all these names like 5 seconds ago?
Yes, he just made up all these names like 5 seconds ago.
No, it was 5 minutes ago.
They also aren't.
About 5 minutes.
They aren't the names of the decks. They're just the names of what we're referencing here.
It's just little, like, snippy bits of commentary.
Yeah.
Because, what's a makeover if you can't, like, go out and flaunt it?
So these are decks that are not going to be using the 5 banned cards in core, which would be Selena Blue, Changeling Mimics, Featherbangs, Rainbow and Fluttershy Chillax, and I know I'm missing one. Someone help me out. Meadowbrook, that one. That's right.
Yes, her the Destroyer.
Yes, the
Not
Destroyer
of
of Control.
But just of all your opponent's things.
So, maybe we should start with the familiar.
Yeah. Let's see. So, first off, we've got what's entitled what? You thought Pegasi flew north for the summer?
I mean, it's what we're calling it here on stream, but...
I like that name. We should keep it. It has a few Pegasi.
Yes.
I don't know what to say here. It's
all Pegasuses.
It's real familiar. The main changes here are Meadowbrook went away. Go figure. Surprisingly, to me, at least, this doesn't have a Kool-Aid yak.
Not a Pegasus? Unfortunately, not.
You know what? She can be an honorary Pegasus.
We should re-release the card, but give it the Pegasus trait.
That would make it much... She is flying.
I think we should not do that. I think that would be a terrible decision.
No, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
So obviously the Meadowbrooks are out, as are the Rainbow and Fluttershy Chillaxes. So we're running fewer anthems. But bulk is up from 2 copies to 3 copies. CC and Flitter are still at 3 copies. And in place of School of Friendship, which was terrible, and I never want to play in this deck ever, we just threw in 2 Scoodloos.
That seems like some kind of insult to Scootaloo.
Something chickens.
It's not. She's better than another Anthem. Scootaloo is better than an Anthem in Pegasi. So there you go. Also, free movement is really good. Being able to pull off shenanigans with Scootaloo and Rocket Scooter is done.
Okay, I guess the alternate title here is I Hope You Like Aggro Math.
Yes. Because there will be some of it. There will be lots of it. There will be a lot of aggro math. But that's okay. It's still a fun deck. It's still definitely competitive. It's still one of the fastest aggro decks that's out there, although we will talk about a contender towards the end of this stream as well. Now, Pegasi aggro is consistent. The pace at which you're moving is pretty much the same once Fluttershy gets flipped at the beginning all the way to the end.
Right. No, she cracks the throttles, and that's how fast she goes through the whole game, basically.
But that's not the only way to play aggro. And we'll get to that way here in a moment. But I guess we're switching gears here and not just doing all the aggro first.
Nah, we'll mix it up a little bit here.
Okay, throw us another one.
All right, so Skystar still wants to talk about all these cards, shell cards. She's drawing, whatever.
Cards out of shells.
Can make shells out of shells and cards out of shells and shells out of cards and cards out of cards.
This looks like a mix between Hot Wings and Living to Laugh combo.
That is exactly what it is. Was it the golden parachutes that gave it away? It should have been the golden parachutes that gave it away. If you see golden parachute in a deck that has pink in it, you know what's going on.
Pinky's over in the corner, giggling quietly to herself.
Exactly.
You need to be concerned when she starts, like, loudly laughing.
Yes.
And, like...
Isn't this old Pinky?
Maniacal cackling.
Isn't this what?
This is a picture of old Pinky, right? Yeah, because you can see Big Twy in the back.
Yeah. So we've got some burbs here. And the burbs are useful.
Because they draw cards. Also, they go fast.
4, 5 burbs? And then if you count Pegasus as burbs, then 4.
Uh-huh. And so some of the traditional Griffin aggro things are here. You've got Gabby Express Delivery and Gallus Captain of the Guard, which are really nice in being able to move. You've got Griselda and Stop Fighting along with Belly Flop for Disruption, which is nice. To help you get really efficient, you've got Crown of Grover in here as well.
Not to mention all the card draw that does.
Yeah, it does generate a lot of card draw. If you want to really talk about generating card draw, though, let's look at Gabby New Look on Life here. When you confront this card's problem, you may discard all the cards in your hand and draw that many cards plus 1.
So, what I'm hearing is gas. Like, a lot of gas.
It is potentially a lot of gas, yes. Especially if you have multiple Gabbies and can trigger them simultaneously, which is very fun.
Pinky's laughing is getting louder. I'm getting concerned.
And then you've got the traditional, Spitfires and I Know This ones, which can just draw you cards when they enter your discard pile, which is nice. The Golden Parachutes, which can protect either your Gabbies or your Living to Laughs. Discord to get around Troublemakers. Pinky Sense.
Yeah,
yep.
Pinky Sense, of course. The Winterzilla because resources are bad.
Yep. Now, it is worth noting that New Look on Life does say discard all the cards in your hand to draw that many cards plus 1. What that means is you cannot choose to replace any of those discards with Pinky Sense. What you can do is to set a card from your hand on top of your deck with Pinky Sense in advance of confronting the problem, and then just draw that card later. But you will be discarding 1 fewer cards, so be aware of that.
Right. It still draws through your cards, but the downside there is if you've got good stuff in your hand, you're going to have to make a decision. It's not always a fun decision.
Also note the lack of creating Earth Pony tokens when you discard your entire hand. It's like
that was busted or something.
Yeah, something like that. And then we've got parties.
Like the card had to go away or something because of that exact thing, in fact.
We got Party Science and Mirror Pool Miscount and Tough Call. We're just gonna draw some cards. We're gonna draw some cards, and we're gonna play some Griffin aggro, and people are gonna sit there and look at it and be like, "Okay, I can deal with Griffins." And then we're gonna play a Living to Laugh, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh,
Collect seashells.
oh." Yeah, Skystar is actually really nice here because just flipping her gives you 7 pink unity right off the bat, and we're not running spontaneous song and dance or any other cheesy means of getting to pink. We're just hoping we have enough bodies to do it. Sometimes we will.
Most of the time, I think you'd probably end up with enough just off this. Get stuff up at the problem, and stuff moving around, and angel wing chains.
The angel wing chains are great. Save your angel wings for the end of the game and just drop 3 in a row. Your opponent will be like, where did this unity come from?
He's a good pony.
All right. Next list.
Captain Salino asks you to wait for just the right moment.
Cheese has had some fun playing this list recently.
Or at least a variant of this.
I mean, it's a fun list.
Yeah. So,
it is a fun list when it works.
Right. So this one takes a slightly different tact. So remember earlier how we're talking about Fluttershy going, she opens the throttles and that's how fast she goes. This sits there and chills at the back. Takes a couple sips of its drink. And then comes storming onto the field and how many points?
A lot. Bugle asks where the stained glass tribute is. Okay, we toned down the meme level slightly in this list. This is not full meme commitment. This is partial meme.
It's still pretty memey, though.
It's still pretty memey.
The goal here, of course, is burst aggro. To sit there and just be like, all right, I feel like scoring 7 points this turn. How about you?
Yeah, being able to use Spike, High Stakes, Lava Ball with Final Question is the ultimate goal here. And Crown of Grover, in conjunction with Wild Wonders and some other shenanigan-based movement, can be pretty good. Especially if you can find the Final Questions with Discord Best Laid Plans, and then score like 4 points in a single confront. And if you can manage to confront the other problem, you can just get a huge bonus. It's really, really goofy. This plays, I feel, far more like the old Blue No Hot Wings would, where you might take a turn off, but you're going to get another 2 points on your next turn as a result of that.
Yeah.
At least.
Lots of that.
Fanman asks, does this deck comply with the current ban list?
Yes.
Yes.
Looks like it to me.
All of these decks should be compliant with the 3.14 ban rules that will be going into effect in just under 2 weeks.
Yep. So 2 different takes on pink blue or blue pink. One more in the
Talk
aggro
about Shell's way, the other more
right.
in the let's sit back and strike at an opportune time way.
Yeah.
And as Bugle says, yeah, these haven't really changed much. What changed? Well, the top end of aggro is no longer the top end. We took a bit off the top. Got a haircut.
Land4 asks how to play this game and is it physical only? The good news is it's not physical only. There's a big active community here online. Actually, it's been the only place people have been able to play for the last year due to the pandemic. I'm sure we'll have some links in the sideboard for you on how you can connect and play online. The best thing to do is to join the MLPCCG Discord server.
Let me get a link to that for you. Also, spoilers, there's going to be an online con plug later. I don't really think that actually counts as spoilers.
It's not a spoiler. Maybe we'll have spoilers there.
Why you gotta spoil everything?
Because I left it out and didn't put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
I get it. All right, you want to talk about our queen, best queen?
Only queen?
Queen Chrysalis says no.
It has a link. Of course it says no.
Well, yes. Look at this deck. This deck is just all about saying no. Okay, we've got spoons. We've got Sand Smirk. We've got bodyguards. Bodyguards doesn't even say no. He just sits there and gives you that look. You know the look.
Bodyguards absolutely
You
says
want-
no.
You want some friends?
No. We got some Chaos Magic Blasts. We got some Reliving History and some Pinkie Pie and Rarity, so you got some movement control.
And the Fashion Overload and the Winks.
I really don't like this.
No, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I said when GP first linked me to this. I'm just like, I hate it. I never want to play against this because this is just going to be an awful control list.
Okay, so
Which means it's going to be really, really good.
So here's the thing, though, right? Like, Chrissy is a good control main,
Oh crap!
but she's very expensive because your opponent may eventually end up breaking through the tax barricade and forcing you to pay 3 to flip her over again. And Bodyguard is a great card if you're constantly removing your opponent's friends, or even your own for that matter, to help you regain some of that AT back. But if your opponent sees a bunch of unicorn tokens hiding behind one of your troublemakers, they're not going to challenge that troublemaker. That would be foolish. Unless that troublemaker is Lord Tyrek and they have no choice.
It'd be a darn shame. Also, Bugle, you say it's singular? No one plays just one copy of Bodyguard. It's always Bodyguards, plural.
Yep. And we have a lot of 2 of events here in this deck, rather than the full playset. So, with
Miss Main's sitting there smiling her little smile.
Miss Main is sitting there smiling, but don't forget that Lord Tyrek lets you grab a card from your discard pile and put it on top of your deck. So if we have, say, a Chaos Magic Blast, or a Tender Taps, or something along those lines, we can just start flipping that Chaos, and that's kind of fun.
Disgusting.
It's kind of goofy.
This is highly goofy. This looks like a really, really mean control deck.
The minimum amount of requirement your opponent is going to need to confront any problem is going to be 7. You have a lot of non-epic troublemakers. We've got a good amount of removal. We've got several methods of point gain. We've got several methods of point denial.
Denied.
It's kind of fun. Maybe. I don't know. Someone give it a shot.
Maybe I will.
Maybe you should. You like control.
Do I? I
You
think
do.
I do.
You like control.
It doesn't have blackmail though, Bugle. It'll never be that good again.
It will never be that good again.
I
That's
miss
correct.
blackmail.
That's
Blackmail
why you
is-
can't have.
Blackmail is not allowed.
Not allowed, Ixnay.
That card was dumb.
Good.
Okay, but let's say that you don't want to just remove all your opponent's friends. Like, all right, that's kind of blasé. Pink has done that for a while. Like, what else can we do?
No. See, here's the thing. This is Chrysalis asking nicely. This is Chrysalis saying, I wasn't asking. This is the big brain play. It's opponents can't play friends if they have no friends in hand.
Ah, were you doing the big brain meme as you were saying that phrase?
I mean, what's
A
it
little.
matter if I was? I plead the fifth on that one.
Uh-huh.
Yep, definitely pleading the fifth.
But There's not a whole ton of discard in here, so we have to stop the friends from getting to the opponent's hand to begin with. So we're just going to mill the opponent out, right?
Doing a little bit of pre-filtering here. Sweetie Belle.
Spike. I'm the friend you need.
Desert Road, just to make sure that if any do come into play, that they don't do much.
And then the full playset of Winks, plus the spoons, plus the Miss Mains. And the Burnt Oak. The Burnt Oak is just so... Ugh. He's so good. And then we got Legion and Tempest to flip your opponent's main back over, and oh, yeah. Hey, that problem deck looks awfully similar.
Is that actually the same problem deck? I'm pretty sure it's actually... No, it's not the same. It's very close.
It's not the same.
Very close.
There's one down the drain in there. Which is probably correct. Probably should change the other problem deck as a result, but that's okay. Yeah. Chrissy's going to bully you.
Yeah, it's just a different variation on the theme.
Okay, so let's say that you don't necessarily want to play aggro, or at least not the aggro decks we've shown so far. And Chrissy control, all right, it's fine, but like, isn't there anything else we can do for control?
Hey, Cheese, don't you like shoving people's stuff around?
Yeah.
Like telling people to go home? .deck.
Yep. Go home on that.
And like making them scared?
Hey, look, this deck does that.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little.
Yeah. There's a little bit of go home.deck in here. There's a little bit of the Scare in here. It's just all kinds of fun things. So this is an alternate form of control. It's a little bit softer, you know. A Frighten doesn't actually remove things from the field.
Well, not until Torch gets out there, or until
very slowly.
Legion of Doom gets out there. Then it does.
Yes, that is much more interesting.
Right, but it's a little bit slower, and you maybe have a chance to react. But consequently, you know, you're going to have to pay quite a bit of tokens to not have your stuff get frightened, or to rally it. Yeah. Got those Zomponies over there, and the Grogar's Lair. You know, the stick. Always got the stick.
There's so much frighten in this deck.
Isn't it great?
It's so ridiculous. And you might sit there and think, okay, sure, but what do I do when my opponent drops a Twilight Sparkle Endless Friendship into play? Well, you steal it.
That seems like a fair option.
You steal it forever, and they never get it back.
I mean, that is the best answer to Endless Friendship.
Other than nuking it?
No, because that's too hard.
Your princess?
My
Our princess.
No, my princess. Not our, mine.
Yeah. So this is going to be kind of interesting. Frighten Control has historically had some problems. It'll be interesting to see if this goes anywhere with all the tools it's got. Again, because the top end of aggro isn't quite so angry anymore. This has a chance.
Being able to spend 2 AT every turn to frighten 2 different friends is pretty good, and between Tyrek having 6 power with Stick and there being an Ember in play, the likelihood that that's what you'll be able to do is pretty high.
Gonna hit ponies with sticks.
Then between
Sounds mean.
between Torch Greater Worm and Legion of Doom serving as your hard removal options, some Hyper Beams for good resource removal, a couple Zomponies to really just stick it to the man. It's
Well, and
it's kind of
yeah. If that wasn't good enough, you've also got Lester Dawn here, who is fully prepared to learn some bad lessons from Lord Tyrek.
yep,
You know,
sure is.
point acceleration.
Point acceleration's nice.
Yeah. The only it would be interesting to see a little bit more token gain in here, but I'm not real sure what you'd take out for it.
I mean, you could run Starlight, like that's an option, but you're going to give up some method of your control. You could take out Lord Tyrek Power Pursuit if you wanted to not go as heavily on the aggro, and then I might revisit the problem deck a little.
Maybe. All right, so it sounds like there's a couple variants, maybe.
Mm-hmm. The 3 Grogar's Lair are really good in dealing with opposing tokens.
Like Pegasus.
Extremely annoying.
Yes, that means it's a good
Taxes
control
are
deck.
annoying in general. We need to build like the ultimate tax deck. It doesn't even need to be playable. It just needs to have every tax card in it.
We built it. It's in harmony, and it locks the opponent out.
I was about to say, didn't we do that already?
I think we know what that looks like. How that was on a stream about a month ago, I think.
Stack.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, I think.
You don't even need stack. You just need Chrissy, Spoons, and uneven ground, and there you go.
Oh yeah, about 2 or 3 weeks. Yep. Disgusting.
Yeah. Okay, do we get to move away from control for a moment?
No.
Kind of. So Grogar just wants these upstarts off his lawn.
I see
Oh,
3
fine.
friends. I know what that means.
Farm.
Correct.
Yup.
Is that taking care of business? To give our
Yeah.
main 1 extra power permanently?
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
I mean, look. He's already over there rolling around at 3 power, 6 with the stick. Why not go for 9?
7 with the stick, thank you very much. We're still on buckball strategy. We're never leaving that problem.
We hope we are not leaving that problem. That's true. And just in case we are, boy, do we have such sights for the opponent to see. Go ahead and, have to pay 1 to ready your things. Or free troublemakers. Sounds good.
This is silly.
Let's see. How many? All right, hold on. How much? Let's count. Let's count.
14.
14. That's 7 too few troublemakers.
Well,
do we
don't-
even have enough troublemakers that go in a farm list in core?
No.
I mean, you can add 1 more Chrissy,
That seems bad though.
and then that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, this is a farm deck, obviously. We've got all of 1 friend, good old Catajack. Just good for messing up everything.
Don't need
Say
nothing
no.
else.
Well, so
I don't like Protect the Princess.
I mean, if your opponent is not playing aggro, if they are playing control, dropping a Protect the Princess is actually not terrible.
What are they going to do?
Potentially.
Confront it and knock their own position over?
Yeah.
Like, that's probably going to be one of the things you're going to have to think real hard about keeping in during the sideboarding phase, but
Yeah.
going up against control, well...
Controller combo, Protect the Princess? Sure, totally. Aggro, mid-range,
Not
less so.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's very good against opposing farm. Opposing farm looks at that and is like, I am sad.
why you do this? Okay, so Grogar's a princess now? Okay, got it.
Grogar is a princess now. Yes.
I'm writing the fanfic as we speak.
Fantastic. I'll wait for it to be featured.
Might be waiting for a while on that one.
Okay, we got to talk about it. So, Ara.
We lied. There is a spoiler. It's the Nyx main.
Wait, what is
Ah.
this? Oh, this is me not paying
Hissing.
attention here.
Did you link the wrong thing?
I think I did. I don't know. What is this? That looks like a Cursed Chords list.
Let me see. What did you
Are we
link?
talking about Thorax?
Where did you find that?
I'm actually not sure what this is, but it was in the like this really has Cursed Chords written all over it.
What is this thing?
It's Thorax.
I really
No.
want to know where you found this.
Is this like, this looks like a Joking Luna list.
No, I think this is like, look, it's running Celestia as the main. That just screams Cursed Chords now. Late April Fools. All right, here we go.
Okay, there we go. That's better.
Okay. You know what? I only have one thing to say about this. You already know what it is. I don't wish to ruin your eardrums anymore.
Yeah, but you also played it and like smashed me into the dirt with it. So, did you feel good doing it?
The hiss felt better.
I wish I had the pink version handy because that's also a fun list, but the orange one is definitely more competitive because AJ and Fluttershy is a stupid card. It's really dumb.
Yes.
What you
I
want
You
feel
wanna
like
know
I
what's
played
better
against
than
this
AJ and
deck
Fluttershy?
recently.
Day
All three
shift?
of them had played.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter. It's not a location specific effect. You just play one and then that's it.
Oh, what? You want the pink version? I got you pink.
You got the pink version?
Got you pink.
Yes, there's the pink version with Shoeshine, Destroyer of Worlds, eating all of your friends that you steal from the opponent. Let's go back to the orange one. That one's more competitive. Although Lyra and Bonbon is actually a really good card.
All right. So yeah, treading water, kind of good.
Great Seedling, pretty good. Brockhoof, AJ, yeah, pretty good.
Well, Rockhoof, of course, going to get Hugh.
Hugh.
And then Defend the Hive, Unsat, Friends Are Always There, Heat Wave, all with Great Seedling. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
ew. Okay. The heat wave in this list. Ugh.
The Heat Wave is really good. It gives
Better
you an
than
answer.
it already
Wave
is.
is just a good card.
It gives you an answer to opposing mains. It helps mess up like multiple characters and potentially stop two confronts for a single card. It makes your stuff bigger. Like it's good stuff.
Yeah, there's just so much power you get out of that card. Like that and Defend the Hive, like those are the only two immediates you need because just yikes.
Yep.
I mean, you're running it unsat because of course you are.
Because of course you are. Correct. And there's actually a decent number of Pegasi. This one is running a couple delivery mares and a few Valley Trends as well.
Yeah.
Bunyip for some point acceleration. Sanctuary Construction if your opponent is really bullying you because you can't run Meadowbrook anymore. RIP!
Yeah, a little bit. And, of course, enough resource removal to make up for the loss of Chi, the Destroyer of Control.
Yep.
We're better off without her.
We are. Our control is anyway. And aggro probably is too, because it means we can actually design decently powerful aggro cards again.
And Mimics is
Yeah.
gone. Hooray.
Raise your hand if you want Mimics back. Cheese, put your hand down.
did
I
he
want
get-
my Selena back.
Did he get you? You have to be honest. Did he get you?
No.
Ah.
A little bit. I saw your hand do a thing
No,
there.
Mimics
I see
is
you in chat,
fine.
Bugle. You can't have it back either.
I saw your hand do a thing there. Jeez, what's that about?
That was for Selena.
Yeah.
Should we bring Selena back?
No.
Nah, I don't think so. I think Selena can
Probably
stay
not.
away.
No, look, it's literally right in the name. Salt. Not allowed. No tears, only dreams.
I mean, she spends all her time swimming around. Like, there's so much salt in the water.
No tears, only dreams.
Lan says that they've never played this game, but they're aggro in other collectible card games. So, yeah, Thorax Orange would be a great list to play. Fluttershy Stunning Wonder Blue Pegasi is a good list to play. There's even a purple orange or purple yellow version using a bunch of different events and just tons of power that way, and that's kind of a fun one too. There are lots of options for aggro right now. It's not just yellow. There's a lot of yellow, but it's not just yellow.
No, you got to go and do the spicy one here. Start
What,
running around
the-
doing white aggro.
Mono purple aggro.
Did you just say white aggro?
He said white aggro.
There's a decent Ocellus list that you can use.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do Ocellus changelings.
yeah, spicy. It's fine.
So many possibilities.
That sounds like a Sky Star saying there.
Well, I think that's the end of the lists that we have that we've been able to experiment with and have found some success with in this post-ban meta. But Aura, I think you had another announcement for the evening.
I got plugs to make here.
What you got?
We got Online Con.
Yay.
I like online con.
So this is conveniently timed to, show up just after the bans go into effect, so we can have us a core tournament and not have any bloody mimics rolling around.
Hooray!
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! All right. So let's take a look at the list here. Gotta zoom in a little bit here so we can read this. Okay, so this is going to have, first off, draft. We're going to do something a little bit different this time, but kind of like last time. We're going to have a very wide selection of the newer sets, and Cult Leader Starlight's coming back for another round. The difference is this time, you can't turn her into icing, or armor,
Will she have better
or sirens,
abilities?
or what was the other one? Tree? Awizodal. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, icing fans. Can't has. And you'll also notice that she no longer exhausts when you turn her over, because that just felt bad.
Nothing's worse than a main you don't want to turn over.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Not having with any of that. If you used her last time, you will need to update. So in the Online Con announcement document, you'll see right here, there's a patch for it, and it's already updated on Ponyhead, so TTS users just spawn her in and away you go. Then, of course, the main event, Core.
Yay, core!
Yay, Core. Core without the bans. With the bans. Without
Core with
bad-
the bands, without the band cards.
With the band, without the bad cards.
There we go. I will definitely be submitting for that one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I may have to sit that one out because work has decided that that is my week to have fun.
All the fires?
All the fires.
That's okay. We got you covered.
So we'll see how that goes. But I am looking forward to seeing the results from this one because this ought to be interesting.
Yep. I want to see what Tia looks like after this. Well, I think that will about wrap up our discussion on this topic for today. We would like to give a big shout out to all our patrons on Patreon. Thank you for your regular support. If you aren't currently a patron and you enjoy what we do, please consider donating. Doing so does enable us to continue making content like this and lets you earn some great perks as a bonus. If you have comments or questions you'd like to send our way, feel free to reach out to us through Facebook, Twitter, or email. If you're a patron, you can also chat live with us on Slack any day, anytime. Because someone's sleep schedule is always messed up.
6 a.m.
You win. Finally, if you're looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel, linked just below the stream. With all that said, thank you to each and every one of our viewers, both here now and watching this recording later. We are, as always, Commentary is Magic. I am, as always, Grandpaws.
Big G's.
Arcat and
Ivory Starlight.
oh,
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Hold on. Okay, Anime says Coco.
Oh, and Coco, yes, Coco signups.
We're still sitting at 8. I'm really tempted to just fire it with 7 participants. I think I'm going to do that, actually. So, if you're signed up for Coco, watch out for those in, like, the next...
Give people till 9 tonight.
That's fair. Okay. Let me go find... I'll post those in Discord. Anyway.
Bye.
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 I think Ivory already said bye.
I think you did.
I did.
Yep. Bye.